All right, the watch list video for Wednesday, March 16th. Let's start with the SPY. It's kind of hanging out around the 200-day, crazy strong over the past month or two, month and a half. And it's FOMC week, so I don't really like trading up until the morning of FOMC announcement, which is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Generally, it's really, really dead, and then after the announcement, you get chaos. So what I'm going to do, and I say this every FOMC day, I'm going to log in the morning and hope to find a gap play or a play off of one of these stocks I'm getting ready to show you on the watch list in the first hour, hour and a half. Generally, that's my favorite time to trade anyway. I make 95% of my profits, I bet, in the first 90 minutes. So, and then after that, it just dies down to nothing, and then chaos after the announcement. So I generally don't trade after the announcement, and I don't like to trade the couple hours before because things just die. So the morning is paramount tomorrow. So here's what I have on watch. Let's start with VRX. Now, this is super beaten up. Yesterday, at the close, VRX was 70, let's see, it closed at 66.68, but it was $70 at one point yesterday. So keep that in mind, and now it's down at $33-ish, right? So this may be overdone. I'm certainly going to have this on watch. One of these days, you're going to get a pretty nice bounce on this one, and sometimes when something starts selling off on an intraday basis, there's just no stopping it, and then the next day you get a nice bounce. So I've got to put this one on watch. Look at that massive volume today. ZYNE, which had this gap up and huge move yesterday, gave back a big chunk of that move today, but I still want to watch it for a potential bounce higher tomorrow. Super, I hate to misspeak. I think that's a pretty low float stock. Yeah, I just checked, like 6.2 million or something in the float. So that's why this thing was able to just non-stop yesterday. A really nice pushback down today. So, it's already going on bounce watch tomorrow. Anytime I see a stock, and I know you hear me say this way too many times, but anytime I see a stock that can, on an intraday basis, move from 1187 to 2156 in one day, that stock, as a day trader, has my attention for the next week going forward. So it came in enough today that it's already on bounce watch for tomorrow. KNDI, really nice move here, and then a small gap up, and then gave back a lot of this move. So it goes on bounce watch for tomorrow. Remember, all of these are contingent upon an intraday setup that I look for on these bounce plays. So it doesn't mean, if I have something on bounce watch, it doesn't mean, oh, I'm buying it tomorrow, right? It has to give me the proper intraday setup. So, but everybody in the chat room will be watching them. The group is real good at putting them on a chart and then alerting each other if something is setting up. So LEU, look at this thing, down to 267,000 shares after a 15 million share day about a week ago. And it has not broken a previous day's high since the big move. It's another low float stock, so I'm definitely going to watch it tomorrow for a bounce. Again, the first 90 minutes are super important tomorrow. BOJA. You see a theme going here. A lot of times my setups are the same, and just the symbols are different, right? So BOJA, really nice breakout here. 2 days lower on declining volume. This is a pretty good setup for a turn back up tomorrow. That's BOJA. I feel like I already did this one. PEIX, another one. Really nice move here. Now you've got 3 days lower. Well, 2 days lower. It had a kind of a day and a half rally. This 5 area was resistance back here, and again here, broke out through it. So you can view this as on the declining volume as a retest of that area. I'm gonna look for a bounce in this one tomorrow. YRD, same type of thing. Really nice move. You've got a few lower highs on the daily, watching for a potential bounce back up. VCEL, nice move today, pretty strong. So this just goes on watch. It already, again, it's got a lot of distance from the moving averages, but it really, pretty nice move today. Maybe that one comes in, continues to bounce again tomorrow. Not in love with that one, though. I've been watching it trade for a few days. I really don't like the way it trades. And then, I like to have at least one recent low float big mover, and GBIM is that one. It had a big move, then a small gap up, but a nice little kind of narrow range today and a little bit of a hammer. Now these have not really been, there are times in the market when these low float, low price stocks can just make you a ton of money every day. And then there's times when they're not really getting a lot of attention And we are in the latter, at least this last few days. Even though some things have made crazy moves, the secondary moves on these haven't been that great. So I'm seeing things that should get a lot of volume if they, break a small range on an intraday basis, and they're not. They're not showing a lot of interest. So be cautious with these. To me, in the environment we're in right now, and it's always changing. That's the fun thing about being a trader. The environment always changes, and the survivors are the ones that can adapt with it and recognize changes pretty quickly. Have you ever had something that was really successful and you're killing it and you're killing it and you're killing it, and all of a sudden you don't think you changed anything, but all of a sudden you're losing money? A lot of times it's not you that's changed anything, it's the market's changed. So good traders learn to recognize that pretty quickly. So keep that in mind. So what's working right now for me are just the morning gap plays. When they set up properly, they're working really well. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. Remember FOMC tomorrow, so that first 90 minutes is everything to me tomorrow. Anyway, and I'll quit talking and we'll talk to you tomorrow.